So today's the big day. We're going to transplant some tomatoes out into these beds. This bed and this bed. And we're going to start heating with the wood barrel stove now. So we can fit 4 tomatoes in this bed if we go a foot from the side, which is basically down to where that guy is. Just has to move a little bit. And we're going to probably put them in the center of the bed so we can grow other things around them. And then 2-foot spacing in between. That's my next one right here. I want to make sure before I start planting. Here. And that doesn't look like, oh yeah, that is 4. Okay, so we're good to go. So, what we're going to do with these guys is take all these little leaves off. And I think I'll bury them to about there. And I lost my spot. Here's a foot. Right there. Alright. Trying to be a little bit careful with our dirt here because we already planted some radishes in here. And they haven't germinated or come up yet, so I don't want to bury them. So if you can't go as deep, you can lay them down on their side gently in the hole and then just kind of go like this. But since we have the depth and we're looking for them to stay nice and wet in here in the raised beds, we're going to go as deep as we can. Already they had nice roots. But at this time, I think the roots are already starting to grow pretty good. Alright. That is our first tomato. Then we're going to sprinkle about a tablespoon of Epsom salts around the tomato. And water it in. Probably give it some fish emulsion. And it's a perfect day for this because it's raining and it's overcast. And so I think he's going to do great. So I'll just show you up close how that looks. So I could have gone even a little bit deeper, but he's pretty good. So that's our Sicilian saucer. And I'm going to plant 4 more across here. And then we'll come back. So I thought I would just show you why we're planting them deeper is along the stem already, you can see there's little bumps, not the little hairs, but the little bumps that are a little lighter green. That's where it's already trying to have roots, and it'll do that all up the stem, and so we'll have a nice deep-rooted plant, and it'll help it to deal with any uneven watering and just to be a healthier plant. So if you get the opportunity, always plant your tomatoes deeper than they came. So we've finished planting 4 plants in each bed, and we sprinkled a little bit of Epsom salts around. I'm about to sprinkle some worm castings around each one as well. I started there, but then I realized you wouldn't be able to see the Epsom salts. We've strung a wire and a baler twine down, and that's what's going to string up our tomato plant later on when they're ready. And so we are almost done. Oh, and a side note, I'm a gardener and not a carpenter. So I started at this end and I had pre-measured, but I kind of went a little bit off each one as I was going. So by the time we got to the end, we don't have a foot anymore. So my son, who's carpenter minded, helped me And this bed is looking much better. So thanks to Gavin for that one. So we put our Epsom salts around them, our worm castings, we've watered them in well. And we'll let you know how they do. And now we're just lighting the wood barrel stove to give them that extra bit of heat. So in order we have National Pickling, Green Finger, Muncher, and Quarantine so far. So next to that we added another Quarantine. We skipped a spot because we're going to put an Adam F1. And then we have our two long slicer cucumbers, the Jabad, whatever it is, and the Shindokiwa. So we're all done. That didn't take very long, and I actually planted all of them a little deeper. I figured I would take my chances. We have more plants in the tray, and so if something bad happens we can start over. So let's just see how that goes. And I'm excited to have some cucumbers. I also planted 2 Market More for pollinating purposes here in the front. There was a gap where some of the cucumber seeds that I had planted hadn't come up. So we have one of the seeds that came up in the corner, and then we have 2 Market More, and then the little Mexican sour gherkins, and I can't remember what those ones are. So we have a nice hot fire going in our wood barrel stove, and the pellet stove is still going, although I shut it down for the day. And I'm happy with what we've gotten accomplished so far. Now it's time for me to go in and make lunch. And we'll see how long it is before we have cucumbers and tomatoes.